Anyway, so we break up. I'm devastated. I was teaching English. I was so over it. So like, I'm gonna just like work as a waitress. And then like COVID happened again, and like it was still COVID, but everything shut down. So then I was forced to like get a different job, which was actually such a blessing, and it really helped me to like experience like city life and everything. And I met like cool people, and I was in a position where you got like salary, but you could also like close like deals and like recruitment and get like lots of commission. Anyway, so I was doing that. I liked living in the city. I wanted that lifestyle, but like something still felt like it was missing for me. And I felt like kind of like an outsider. Like I felt like everyone that I was around really loved what they were doing, and I could see, like I desperately wanted to want that life, like living in the city. And it just like it was fun, and everyone like they go out for dinners and stuff after work and like go for drinks, and it just felt like I was like slowly dying inside. Like I just didn't really feel like I was using my gifts or doing what I truly wanted to do that would make my heart sing. Our landlord like calls us one day, and we're about to like renew our lease, and she goes, "Oh, like, are you guys loving it here? Like, how's it going?" Like, "Yeah, we totally love it. Like, we're going to want to renew our lease again." And she's like, "Oh, well, actually, you can't, because my daughter's gonna be moving in, so I need you guys to leave." My friend's dad is a real estate agent, so he was like helping us find new apartments, and we were going to like all these different locations around the city trying to find somewhere to live. But like something didn't feel right to me. And at the time, like after I graduated university, I was going to go to teachers college, but I decided not to for not reasons I'm not even going to share because it doesn't really matter. But anyways, that was an idea that I had, that I was going to go to teachers college. And I was still like, I was going through the breakup at this time-ish. And this is like a course of a year. But so you guys understand for later, like my ex and I were still like talking and like trying to like figure things out for a while, like in this time. Anyway, so back to me looking at apartments. I had the feeling, I'm like, you know what? I don't think that I want to live in the city. Like I'm going to move back home with my parents and save up money at this job that I'm at, and then like go to teachers college. So I had to tell my roommate that I was going to do that. And anyways, that ended up working out. I moved back home. At this time, like me working out with like my ex and stuff, like he officially like cut ties with things. And at this time is when I also found out, like maybe a month after, that he was like seeing somebody else. So I was just like very depressed. So I was at my parents' house. I was really sad. I was still like going into the city. And at this time, I also was like starting to the first time actively going to church. And I was like seeking God a lot more, like reading my word and just trying to like heal. And I knew that that's the only way. You could see like my other videos. I posted so many YouTube videos about my healing journey, and I'm not gonna like focus too much on that. Just more so of the story and like all God has done in my life, like outside of just like the healing and my relationship with him. Anyway, so I'm home at this point, and then I start like feeling on my heart to like, you should travel. Like, you remember you wanted to like go away, you wanted to travel the world, like you should travel. And I wanted to leave right away, but I felt like God was kind of like prompting me like January. And then I eventually like had enough money, and at work, and I told you we get like commission deals. So like right, like maybe December, I closed like 2 massive deals, which does not make like, no one closes deals like this. Like we did like contract work, like if you like sold people contracts, but it was like it was like 2-3 month contracts, but this one was like a 12-month contract. So I got like a really massive payout, which was kind of like, okay, I have like the money that I need to leave and travel. And I had to like quit my job. So my job was just gonna give me a raise as well too. And it just did not make sense. Like my parents were kind of like, what are you doing? Like, why are you leaving and buying a one-way ticket to Thailand? Like, they didn't understand that. Like a lot of people do that. Like to my parents, like they're like Caribbean. They're just like, why? Like you have a good life here. Like why are you wanting to leave? Like don't you want to go to like a resort or something? Like why are you gonna live out of a backpack? But I just really wanted to, and I wanted to experience that life. I always had this vision of me doing something like crazy and adventurous, and I like played life so safe. and I was just like so like just involved in that relationship. I wasn't like thinking outside of that. And yeah, so I quit my job. I told my parents, everyone told me that I was crazy. I almost like didn't go because my parents were like understandably so were so sad. Like it was my first time like even seeing like my dad get super emotional as well. But I just knew that it was like right for me, and I prayed a lot about it. I knew that God was like telling me like I can go. Like this is like what I have for you. Yeah, so I booked my ticket. So I applied for my like visa I told you in Australia, just in case I wanted to like just work there for a bit to keep traveling. And yeah, so now we're gonna talk about what happened when I left Canada.